One of the many advantages of RISO's inkjet technology is its ability to run a wide variety of cardstock, from as thin as newspaper all the way up to 110-pound cardstock. That being said, there are some settings that need to be adjusted in order to optimize and maximize the performance depending which cardstock you're running. Today, we're going to focus on two adjustments that usually need to be made, and they have to do with these dials. These dials can be found on the feed end of your RISO inkjet as part of the paper intake. Both of these dials are directly affecting this piece right here. That's the stripper pad. The dials are labeled with images to make them easier to understand globally. This dial here focuses on the stripper angle, which is part of what feeds the paper into the machine at the right angle. This focuses on the amount of pressure applied when grabbing the paper from the feed tray. What you see now is they are set to the default settings, which is meant to maximize and optimize performance for your typical paper stock. So let's go ahead and take a look at what the settings would need to be if you were running a thicker cardstock, somewhere up in the 100-pound. You would first want to go ahead and change the angle that the paper is being fed into the rollers. By turning the dial down, you're going to give the optimal feed into the rollers for a thicker cardstock. By turning this dial all the way to the larger of the three dials, you're giving it the ability to apply more pressure, which is needed because it's a thicker piece of cardstock that you're grabbing from the feed tray. Sometimes you'll need to double feed your paper, in which case you're going to want to change the dial to the more up position, which is commonly used for paper that you're trying to feed more than one of. You'll also want to change the pressure to the smallest of the dials, which is also the most commonly used when you're going to your thinnest type of cardstock. When it comes to running envelopes, it's often asked, what's the best setting when it comes to the stripper angle and the amount of pressure being used? Good news, with envelopes, you can leave the angle at default, but when it comes to pressure, this bottom medium-sized dial, well, that's specifically designed with envelopes in mind. So when it comes to making changes, keep in mind that the stripper angle is more important and makes more changes than the amount of pressure being applied. That being said, both settings are vitally important when it comes to running different type of cardstock. Keep in mind, these are just general recommendations, and minor adjustments may need to be made in either direction depending on the type of paper or manufacturer of the paper you are running. Thanks so much. Have a great day.